Alright, what up y'all? It's Metaphor back for more to kick the raw. Presenting everyone's Human verse. We're gonna do a video on cusps in astrology. So this is about the transition between one sign to another. So with this being said, if you think about it, any element that is taking a transition is an example of what I'm speaking of. For example, if we're starting the year in spring with Aries, and then a transition into the Earth in Taurus. In between Aries and Taurus, we would have a volcanic area. So when the fire meets the Earth. So with this being said, it would be initiating, creating new ways of seeing and feeling and grounding as well. New ways of seeing and feeling and saying, okay, this is the way I can ground things, so I'm going to keep doing it this way due to my initiation of it, and I'm the first one to do it. So I'm going to create this and ground it. So this would be the Taurus part of it. So that's the fire in the earth. And you think about the reasoning behind this, whenever you have 28, 29, 0, 1, and 2 degrees of a sign, think about the transition from night to day. Another way to look at the transition from Pisces to Aries. Well, we think about, let's think about the fire inside the volcano, right? And it's building up and it's initiating, creating, and boom, it begins to burst between that fire and the earth. So it creates that lava sign, so to speak, volcanic lava. So that's that fire and earth mixture. And to get back to the fire and water, or the water was mentioned first and then the fire. So we think about you having a pot on a stove or in a campfire, however indigenous you want to get to it. The fire being boiled and transitioning the water being transitioned with the fire, you see what I'm saying, begins to boil, and that creates a mist, or a steam. So with this being said, when that water transitions into boiling, see, the fire and the water mixes together and creates that steam. That's what that fire and water alignment would be. So we think about the 28, 29, 0, 1, and 2 degrees. This would be that transition between any sign. So in between Taurus and Gemini, 28, 29, 0, 1, and 2 degrees of all these signs. And we think about the 3 degrees being the first initial point of the actual sign that follows the preceding. And with that being said, the final degree of that preceding sign would be 27 degrees. So once you enter that 28 degrees, or you enter into that 2 degrees, or you leave out to that 2 degrees, that's that little cusp I'm speaking of. So this is just a video to get the mind in the right space to comprehend that there is, a transition in everything. You see what I mean? And everybody's aware of that, but it's just bringing that common sense factor back to the astrology of it. So the whole sign thing doesn't make too much sense. We want to have the Cusp Astrology. So shouts out to Dole the Powder Man. He got the flight astrology. You see what I'm saying? The way he breaks it down is real dope. And that's who I learned from my astrology. So this is most of his descriptions is the Cusp Astrology, but it makes complete sense. So shouts out to Uriel on that. So we look at the Earth then transitioning into the air, the Taurus and the Gemini. That'd be that dust. So then after the Taurus and the Gemini, we'd have the Gemini and the Cancer. So that air and water is I'm sorry, I had it the other way around. The steam is due to the heat. That's the steam. And the mist is due to the cooling. So like you think about the air cooling into the water, and being condensed back down to the earth and raining. You see what I mean? That's the cooling factor of the air going to the water, and then it restarts again. The water goes back to the steam because the Cancers are beside the Leo, and that creates that steam element. And then the Leo into the Virgo, that'd be that volcanic element again. And then the Virgo into the Libra, and that'd be that dust element. And then so on. The Libra into the Scorpio, that'd be that mist element again. or that, I guess you'd say like a rain element, so to speak. But it'd be from that cloud. Or I guess you could say that's more of like a cloud element, and it has the ability to rain down. So that's that little breakdown of it. I mean, let's just go all the way with it. And then the Scorpio and the Sagittarius, that'd be that deep in depth water that comes up and can be that steam that you see in certain parts of the ocean that are boiling and things like that. You could even have a hot spring, so to speak, or a steam bath in certain areas of the water in this realm. So then we look at the Sagittarius and the Capricorn. That'd be that volcano element again. The being able to adapt way of the fire. So the fire transitioning into the lava. It would be, okay, the magma had the potentiality, and boom, it bursts, and now that lava is all over the place. You see what I mean? You see that there's a new initiating, creating way of practicality about it. So there's like this way of knowledge and wisdom about like what makes you trigger, what would make you create that magma or lava, so to speak. And then you have the Capricorn into the Aquarius. So you think about the aftermath of the volcano. You see what I mean? You have the dust settles. You see what I mean? But it's a dust element. So right in between that, and then you have the Aquarius into the Pisces, and that would be that mist element again, or that cloud element to rain down. So yeah, that's the cusp breakdown through the signs and way to look at in between the two. And like I say, it's 28, 29, 0, 1, and 2 degrees of a sign, so that 5-degree orb. So with all this being said, you just want to be aware of even in your houses. So you're gonna have, maybe you have a 16 degrees rising. Whenever it hits that 28, 29 degrees, it goes from 27 to 28 degrees. You can be aware, like, okay, this is the energy that I'm feeling right now. It's still in this area of life, but it's about to transition in this next area of life. And this is what will help you look at where the planet is about to transition into the next area of life, and how to deal with the emotions in that space. So yeah, that's the Cusp Astrology for you. And I'm going to get into the Mercury series that I'm getting ready to make. And we're going to continue with the moon through the houses. And whenever we have a new alignment, I'm going to do the house for it. And you see what I mean? Sometime I miss it, but hey, we're going to keep on getting better. So I said to Absol, he said, gotta do better. I gotta do better. It's a dope song. Do better. Real shit. Peace out.